I am back today with a grocery haul actually. So now I'm trying to keep my budget about $400 for a family of 4. It is a little difficult because I'm including cat food, dog food, as well as some items that my youngest needs because she has disability. And so I did manage today to stay under $200, actually way under $200, because I left $20 in the budget, well, $18 in the budget for any needed items, milk, bananas, eggs. And then I also left $18 in the budget for a new pantry bucket because my husband is building me a bulk pantry shelf. So I'm going to show you what I got today and how I'm going to use it. Okay, first up is my Smith's order. I got this head of lettuce. I know it's iceberg lettuce, but if you follow, oh, what is her name? She's the Nutrivore doctor, Dr. Sarah Ballantyne. She talks about how iceberg lettuce actually has a ton of nutrients in it. So I got iceberg lettuce because it was the cheapest and because we were making McDonald's fake away, so you need iceberg lettuce. We're also going to have nachos, and so I'll use the iceberg lettuce on that, and then we will also use it on any sandwiches for lunch, or if anybody wants a salad, this would work as well. I did get 2 of these Country Crock plant butter. My husband's allergic to dairy, so we do have to buy these plant-based butter. We switched over to this one because I did the math. In ounces, it actually comes out cheaper if we buy it this way. So do your math, check your ounces, check your pounds, and do cost savings because it'll really save you money in the long run. And then whole wheat flour. I do a sourdough, and so I do feed my sourdough whole wheat because it does a lot better if I do a mix of mostly whole wheat and a little bit of white. But it really, she's a beaut. So these were about $4.29 and they were on sale. This iceberg lettuce was $2.39 and this was $3.29. And then I got red lentils as well. I keep these in my pantries. I use them once a month. We have Indian food, but also if I'm home, I like to have lentil soup for the lunch. It's a cheap and easy lunch and it's delicious. As well as if I need a quick snack or something, or a quick meal, I can make it with lentils. I keep both red lentils and the cheapest lentils that are available, usually brown or green. So that was everything I got at Smith's, which I do shop at Smith's because you get points back on your gas, and you can do very much watch your prices because there's already been, they've been investigated for leaving sales ads up for longer, and so then your price rings up for higher. I've had the opposite where they didn't have a sale on it and then it came out for lower. But just really pay close attention to your prices. So then at Walmart over here, my daughter now has to get off a red food dye because of her, she's got some cognition issues, and so she's got to get off a red food dye. So we had to buy these. We only bought a small box this time because there's still some in the cupboard that the rest of us can eat. So these are specifically for my youngest. Those were actually a little over $5, which normally we buy these from Costco because they're cheaper, which Costco does have the no food dye ones, so we'll be buying them from there when we're done with them. I got cough drops because I noticed we were low, and my daughter got her tonsils out last year and now she gets frequent sore throats, so these are just needed to have on hand. I got corn, and those were $1.28 by the Equate brand. I had to get cornstarch because my father-in-law is having surgery and he's going to be on an all liquid diet, and so he's also dairy free, and I'm going to make him some chocolate pudding. I ran out of sprinkles, and which was a good time because we had to switch over to you can see it says no artificial dyes on there. We had to switch over to the ones that don't have dyes. These are just dyed with plants, beetroot and stuff. And then I like to keep a box of these Swiss rolls in the house, mostly for myself when I'm craving a chocolate cake and don't want to make a chocolate cake. They are $1.98 or something like that. I'm sure they'll go up in price, but right now that's what they are. I got a cabbage, which was a little over $3. Cabbage is really your best friend if you're trying to save money. I'm going to make orange chicken for my family, but I'm also going to make the noodles that go with it. And then I will also put it in soups, and no one will notice if I just put cabbage in it. No one will complain. My youngest doesn't eat most of the meals I make, but my oldest and my husband never complain when I make stuff like that. Although my husband doesn't like borscht, and my teenager and I do. I also got 5 pounds of carrots because carrots are your best friend during soup season. So cabbage and carrots will go a long way. The carrots were $4.22. I stock up on at least one meat product every time I go to the store because I do buy in bulk. I currently have quite a bit of chicken and beef, so I'm trying to stock up on pork products. I got this. These are $2.98 for a pound, so I got 2 of those. And then, like I said, my daughter's got some disabilities, so we did have to buy her some diapers. And then this was my only want buy. I bought the cheapest one, but it's when I forget to turn on my car, it's nice to have this de-icer because then you can quickly leave your house and still be safe. And then I also got this cat food. We're going to try it out. My oldest cat, he has bladder issues from dry food, so we have to feed him wet food, which is getting costly. I was buying it at Costco, but I did a per ounce comparison, and this was cheaper, so he's gonna try this, and hopefully he won't pee on anything. And then that was all I got at Walmart. And then what I got at Costco, my daughter needed some leggings. So there's these thick leggings that I got. These were $13.99, which is a little more than I wanted to spend. But honestly, she needs to stay warm. So I'm not going to do anything besides buy those. I bought these dishwasher tablets because we needed dishwasher tablets. I normally buy the Power Platinum or whatever with the Dawn in it, but they were $26 and these Kirkland ones were $11.99, and I was trying to stay under $200 plus leave room in my budget for a pantry bucket, plus leave $20 in the budget for extras, and I was like, there's no way I can do $26. So we are making some concessions, and we bought the Kirkland brand this time. That is also this. My husband will complain about this one actually, but it was cheaper. They have Kirkland triangles that my family prefers, but these had more in them and they were cheaper per ounce, and they were actually $1 cheaper for the whole bag anyways. So again, my family gets to make some concessions and they'll get over it because it's tortilla chips. Chocolate chips. This is another one where do cost comparison per ounce because Walmart, their chocolate chips used to be a good deal, but they're not anymore. So really buying it in these bulk packages, this was $15.99, which has gone up in price. It used to be $12. So, but it is one that we cannot do without because I do a lot of baking. I make a lot of chocolate cakes. I make a lot of, feed the bow wows. It's time to feed my dogs, so you might hear them whine. I promise I'll feed you in a second as soon as I'm done with this. But we do make a lot of banana bread I blend oats, and I make banana bread with oat flour, and I put hemp hearts, chia seeds, flax meal, and I promise I'll feed you, I promise, and pumpkin seeds in it to help my daughter get some fiber. She has no idea I do this. She thinks she's eating regular flour, It's the way I trick her into eating more fiber and into eating oats. She doesn't think she likes oats, but she does like oat flour. So, and chocolate chips are the best way to get her to eat banana bread. I bought tortillas. I know I can make my own, but I've tried that in the past and they don't freeze very well. They get really crunchy. And so I got these tortilla chips, and then, okay, I took pity on my dogs and I fed them, and they're very happy because they're getting homemade dog food right now. And so they are in seventh heaven. These are the last 2 items I got from Costco. Amazingly enough, I only got 7 items from Costco. Spent $81. Cha-ching. I got these Lysol wipes. They used to come in a 5-pack, so shrinkflation for sure. I had to get the Lysol ones because the Clorox ones were more expensive, and these should last quite a while. The 5-pack lasted us, we bought that in 2024, so it lasted us a year, and we used 2 of them to send to my daughter's school for school supplies. Now, if you're dairy free, I highly recommend Kirkland almond milk. We leave this in the garage, in a dry storage, and it'll last us 2 months. It has an expiration date of over a year past when we buy it. So this is a good prepper item if you're a prepper, because it will last a long time. These actually are only $13.99 for 12 of them, so they come out to about $1.25 per quart. We go through about 1 of these a week, so I use them a lot in cooking. We get the unsweetened original kind. My husband uses it in protein shakes. I make a lot of our meals with it. I make creamy soups with it. I make gravy with it. I make mashed potatoes with it. I make cakes with it. I make brownies with it, all sorts of stuff. Like, I do all sorts of things with this milk. So it is very, very versatile. So that's not all my groceries for the next 2 weeks, but that is all the groceries that I have bought that we will need for the next 2 weeks. All the rest of it I have bought previously. I've done some case sales where I've bought like large cases of sugar or spaghetti sauce, beans, that kind of stuff. I buy all my meat in bulk, so most of my chicken is bought from, or all of my chicken is bought from Costco because that's the cheapest I can find it. We buy our pork, and we buy the big pork loins and cut them up into pork chops or loins or whatever we want. And then we buy ground beef when it's on sale. We have been doing that ground sausage because it's cheaper. And I have been doing that in like spaghetti and some other meals that my kids have not complained about at all. And so that is how we kind of keep our costs low. The other thing is we have, for my daughter, we have to travel to other cities to get medical care because, yeah, because why not? Why wouldn't I travel to another city when there should be perfectly good medical care in my huge town? So I'm going to go to another city that has a Winco. And since we will be there, we're saving part of our next grocery budget to stock up on meat there. And so that is another tip, is if you have a Winco, highly suggest using it. They are really good at cost savings. Really, I mean, I wish I had a Winco. I would only shop at Winco and Costco. But so I will be shopping at Winco when I can. And when I do, I often buy meat because that is the best prices. Like chicken thighs for like 98 cents a pound. So any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks. We'll see you later.